Good morning and welcome. I am Carrie Laycock, as Dr. Campbell is unable to be with us this morning. As is tradition at Washington and Jefferson College, I am honored to present the 50th classes, whose members become part of W&J's Presidential Guard today. The Presidential Guard is the guardian of W&J's traditions, the keepers of the college's history and wisdom, and a model of success for today's graduates. While we would normally celebrate one class at commencement, we are honored to have three classes with us here today. The classes of 1970 and 1971, who were unable to celebrate earlier due to the pandemic, and the class of 1972. In the decades since these classes have graduated, from W&J, their members have worked as doctors, lawyers, leaders of industry, teachers, and authors. But more than that, they've been proud mentors, parents, grandparents, community volunteers, and W&J role models. Please rise if you're able and welcome the classes of 1970, 71, and 72. Thank you. You may be seated. If you've not already done so, please silence your cell phones and enjoy the processional, which you can now view on the screens to my right and left.
Until I see actual processional. When I see processional, I'll cut us off, and we'll go to the processional. So that's then trouble.
Please rise if you are able. Remain standing for the processional, the invocation, and the singing of America the Beautiful.
This begins the 223rd commencement exercises of Washington and Jefferson College.
Good morning. I'd like to thank President Knapp for giving me this privilege of offering the invocation for us today. Let us pray. Empowering God of grace and mercy, we invite your presence into our midst today. Family, faculty, administrators, staff, community, and friends have come together to celebrate the accomplishments of the 2022 graduating class of Washington and Jefferson College. We ask for a blessing to fall upon those with ears to hear and minds to understand. Bless all of our speakers' words and thoughts. Give continuous encouragement to the Washington and Jefferson College community to live into and press on in their mission of education. Holy Scripture tells us, happy is the person who finds wisdom and gets understanding. Loving God, make us living stones for a strong foundation. We pray that you, our great Redeemer and Teacher, will send your Holy Spirit to dwell with us today, right now, and right here in this place. Hear our prayer, for it is in your holy name that we pray all these things. Amen.
Please be seated. Members of the graduating class of 2022, families and friends, faculty and staff colleagues, welcome to the 223rd commencement of Washington and Jefferson College. Students, it's my great honor to commend you for your many achievements during your time with us. You've worked hard, you've learned well, and you've persevered through unprecedented challenges to become W&J graduates. It's my hope that each of you have found this to be a place of welcoming, a place of belonging, a community of your own where lifelong friendships have blossomed since you first crossed the seal in Old Main 4 years ago. I'm confident that through every stage of your life, your appreciation of your years at W&J will only continue to grow. Very shortly, you will join the ranks of W&J alumni, a network of thousands who are proud to share a common bond. They will embrace and support you as one of their own, and you will find that devotion to this college burns bright around the world and across many generations. Your class came to us from 252 high schools across 25 states and 15 countries outside the United States. When you entered W&J in 2018, you were the most diverse class we'd ever had, and you had the highest average GPA of any class in recent years at that time. The class of 2022 leads an indelible legacy, and your college is better because you chose to journey with us for a time. We thank you for that. We're also thankful for your families, for their influence in your lives, for the countless ways that they supported you through these years, and for the sacrifice that many of them made to ensure you a superb education. At this time, I ask you, our graduating class, to stand together in applause to express thanks to your parents, grandparents, and other family members, many of whom are joining us here today, others who may be watching us on the live stream. We know that you're also grateful to the outstanding professors who have enriched your lives and the dedicated staff who have supported and guided you in every area of the college, from coaches and librarians to counselors, custodians, advisors in student life, and all the others too numerous to name. I invite your faculty and staff now to rise and remain standing as we all express our sincere thanks with applause. No doubt many of you feel a special sense of gratitude to certain professors or members of our staff whose influence in your life has been decisive. Please be sure to tell them so. It's my privilege now to introduce the others here on the platform participating in this ceremony. They are Faculty Marshal Michael Crabtree, Dr. Steve Malinak, Associate Dean of Academic Affairs, Dean Eva Chatterjee Sutton, Vice President of Student Life and Dean of Students, Carrie Laycock, Associate Vice President for Alumni Engagement and Development Operations, Pastor Kelly Shanley of the First United Methodist Church of Washington, Charles T. Nason, Trustee Emeritus and past Chair of our Board, and Nathan Law, our guest speaker, to whom you will be introduced more fully in just a few minutes. You may notice that two of the names are different from those in your printed program due to unforeseen circumstances that prevented attendance. We're all honored today to be joined by members of the classes of 1970, 1971, and 1972 who are celebrating their 50th anniversaries of their own graduations from Washington and Jefferson College. It's long been our tradition at Commencement to induct 50th reunion classes into the Presidential Guard, which comprises all alumni who graduated 50 or more years ago. Friends, welcome home. A lot has changed since the early 1970s at W&J. But it isn't hard to find a few parallels between your experiences and those of this year's class. You all came of age and formed lasting friendships on this campus, and you excelled through hard work under the guidance of a fine faculty. Those of you in the class of 1970 were the last to graduate from an all-male W&J. Just a few months later, the fall semester brought an historic transition to co-education as 125 women, including 77 freshmen, arrived on move-in day. Many of you also were students when the first women joined our faculty, the Student Affairs Office, and the Board of Trustees. Speaking of faculty, it may surprise you to know that some of this morning's graduates studied with several of the professors who taught you. Dr. Stu Miller, Dr. Richard Easton, and Dr. Bob Dodge all taught classes during the last 4 years, and our students benefited from their instruction just as you did. The gym where you and your guests gathered earlier this morning was still new when you were students. This year's graduates had the opportunity to benefit from a total renovation of that same space, complete with the long overdue addition of air conditioning. And as you saw, it's now called the Salvitti Family Gymnasium. Some of you may remember a flu outbreak in the winter of 1968-69 that forced the college to cancel classes for a time. Well, today's graduates know a little something about how a public health crisis can affect college life. Not only did the college change dramatically during your time here, so did our larger society. Martin Luther King Jr. and Senator Bobby Kennedy were assassinated. The Apollo 11 mission landed the first man on the moon. Woodstock made rock and roll history, and the Beatles released their last album. The Vietnam War sparked demonstrations across the country, and the Ohio National Guard opened fire on protesters at Kent State, killing 4 and wounding 9. And that's just to mention a few examples. It's appropriate then that the multifaceted art installation on Burnett Lawn is entitled 1970 and bears the inscription, "Motion is change, change is motion." Since earning your degrees all those years ago, you have made your alma mater proud. You've accomplished much and you've made lasting contributions to our world. Your stories embody the values enshrined in our mission statement, and you have brought credit to W&J in your many fields of endeavor. You honor us with your presence today, and you have set an inspiring standard for the class of 2022. On behalf of the faculty, staff, students, and alumni gathering today, I'm delighted to recognize you as the newest members of the Presidential Guard. There was a time in the long distant past when W&J college commencements featured speeches from every graduate. You can be thankful that today the graduating class is represented by just one outstanding student, chosen by a committee of faculty, staff, and students in a competitive process. Our 2022 student speaker is Gabby Pasternak, an economics and accounting major on the pre-law track. Gabby has held multiple leadership roles, including Vice President, Treasurer, and Secretary of the Student Government Association, President of the Accounting Society, President of Alpha Lambda Delta, Treasurer and Secretary of the Order of Omega, Scholarship Director of Kappa Alpha Theta, Global Ambassador, Link Mentor, and Navigator. In her sophomore year, Gabby had the opportunity to travel to China on the Luce Liaise grant with Dr. Guy and Dr. Misawa, and then returned to conduct physics research with Dr. Chamberlain. She later contributed to Dr. Moot's math research as well. After graduation, she plans to join Ernst & Young as an assurance associate prior to going to law school. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gabby Pasternak.
Good morning. Welcome, esteemed faculty, staff, students, parents, families, and friends. My name is Gabrielle Pasternak, and I'm an economics and accounting double major on the pre-law track. I'm honored to be up here today representing the class of 2022. I'm also a bit nervous, so bear with me. I'm sure you're expecting this speech to be about resilience, perseverance, and tenacity. But we all know we've been through a lot these past 4 years. We've been in a pandemic for over half of our college experience, have seen a war break out in Europe, and have witnessed a civil rights movement much closer to home. I don't want to talk about that though. I want this speech to be something different, about how we've all changed since we've come to Washington and Jefferson College. I want to talk about something positive, and I'm not talking about a COVID test. I want to talk about success, a word with many definitions. When I first started at W&J, I thought I could only be successful if I became a CEO of a massive company, made millions of dollars, and basically became the next Elon Musk. This definition of success became my life, and striving for so much perfectionism caused me so much stress and anxiety. Although, to be honest, a lot of things do that, including giving this speech. Thank goodness I'm speaking before the Nobel Peace Prize nominee. Hey Nathan, how's it going? Any of my professors can tell you of a time I was near a breakdown over something so insignificant now. I imagine a lot of us in this room can relate to that. I cannot count the number of times Dr. Misawa has told me to just calm down. When it came time to decide my major, I Googled top majors of CEOs and learned an overwhelming majority had a degree in engineering and economics. So I decided my entire future based on that one Google search and jumped headfirst into engineering. I don't want to say I hated it, but it definitely wasn't a match. Yet I forced myself to do it anyways, because how else would I become successful? I was so blinded by my limited definition of success that I lost sight of my own happiness. I continued down this path for a year and a half until I took a trip to Africa with Dr. Musawa. I originally elected to take this J term when I heard that participants got to walk with lions and go on a safari. I love animals, so of course I was excited. While I had also heard it would be a difficult trip emotionally, the wildlife aspect overshadowed everything else. I probably should have listened more carefully to those warnings. I didn't expect to see children begging in the streets, constantly reaching for my bottle of water or my clothing items. As the daughter of a teacher, I didn't realize I would see schools lacking the necessary supplies to provide students with an education. After arriving home, I found that a simple hot shower would bring me to tears. This was a pivotal moment when my definition of success began to change. I suddenly realized I had a passion for helping others. I switched my major to political science and economics with the goal of attending law school. Although my majors would switch 100 times over, and I could not imagine the size of my file in registrar's office now, my idea of success being found in helping others would remain constant for the next few years. That is until I was waitlisted at my top law school 3 months ago. I was devastated. How was I supposed to fulfill my definition of success if I couldn't even get into law school? Once again, I was forced to adapt. I haven't given up on going to law school, I just have a new path I'm taking to get there. I still managed to get a great job for the time being, and who knows what will happen in the next year to allow my definition to evolve. That's what I love about the idea of success, though. It means something so different to everyone, and it's constantly changing. I look at my sister and brother-in-law, and they are some of the most successful people I know. My sister went to college, got a great job, and then chose to be a stay-at-home mom to the most adorable niece I could ask for. That's her definition of success. Meanwhile, my brother-in-law has never stopped working to ensure that he's able to provide his family with the life they dream about and to ensure that my Chick-fil-A addiction remains strong. Jimmy, I'm definitely gonna need a large Sunjoy after this, light ice. Then I look at my parents. My mother's an incredible teacher and changes lives every day. And my father started his own company, each of them successful in their own way. Then I look at some of my best friends. One is off to a doctoral program in economics. A few are off to accounting firms, some being Big Four. Another is about to begin work in a research lab, although she says right now her current definition of success is finding an apartment in the current housing market. Another has received a Fulbright and is off to Morocco this fall. Others are still looking for jobs and trying to figure it all out, and that's okay too. I've watched everyone grow, especially within these past 4 years, and have seen our definitions of success change. We thought getting through our orientation weekend was a success. Then we passed our first big test, finished our first semester, survived eating quarantine food, and finally made it here today despite all odds. Class of 2022, if we've learned anything these past 4 years, it's how to adjust to new situations. And when we leave here today, success will take on a new definition for all of us, and it's likely going to change so many more times. Wherever you may end up, keep in mind that you do not have to conform to anybody else's definition of success, especially if you don't believe it'll bring you happiness. Having the strength to step off one path and away from the traditional definition of success may lead you to finally finding your purpose in life. Find that balance and always continue to push yourself while not comparing yourself to others and their versions of success. My father once told me, look for answers, not excuses. This statement has stayed with me these past 4 years and pushed myself when I found myself stuck on this path. We all have the ability to achieve success. It's up to us now to embrace it. Always remain curious, stay optimistic, and remember that you are still discovering your own path to success. Already getting here to today is an enormous success that we should all celebrate. Congratulations, class of 2022. We did it.
Thank you, Gabrielle. Each year, members of the senior class are invited to nominate and then select one outstanding staff member and one outstanding faculty member as a gesture of gratitude and respect. This year's Outstanding Staff Awardee is unable to be with us due to a family commitment, but presenting her award is Jakara Lance, a senior from Baltimore, Maryland. Jakara has a double major in history and computing and information studies. Please welcome Jakara.
To many of you, she needs no introduction, but they let me come up here anyway, so. On behalf of the senior class of 2022, I have the privilege to announce Rachel Stocker as the recipient of the Outstanding Staff Member of the Year Award at Washington and Jefferson College. Rachel has probably helped every graduating student in this room in one way or another, either in her role as a student success coordinator or in the professional pathways office. In 2018, when she became a student success coordinator at W&J, she guided many of us during our first year of college, helping to keep many young adults from falling through the cracks and making mistakes that would have derailed the start of their college careers. When she joined the Professional Pathways Office in 2021, she moved on to helping us start new journeys as graduates and young professionals. I know many of us, including myself, have gone to her last minute asking for resume help. The Senior Embark events that Rachel ran also helped many of us have the chance to prepare ourselves for the situations we would face when moving on from W&J. From finding an apartment to financial literacy, Rachel knew we were going to be able to adult. Rachel's commitment to the W&J community and its students can be seen and felt through her actions and how she consistently goes above and beyond the call of duty. One example of this is when she participated in the faculty versus student basketball game, where no matter how embarrassed she got or how many shots she missed, she played her hardest, much to the enjoyment of onlookers. Rachel has been the difference for a lot of students here, and hopefully this award can express even a portion of our gratitude that we feel towards her. She couldn't be here today, but I know she's watching, and I just want to say thank you from all of us seniors for your kindness and for being there when we needed you. Congratulations, Rachel.
Good job.
It is our tradition that the professor chosen for this award will be featured at this fall's matriculation ceremony. You might say that this speaker is the class of 2022's welcoming message to the class of 2026. Presenting this year's class of 2022 Outstanding Faculty Award is Shayla Watkins, a senior from Charleroi, Pennsylvania. Shayla is a psychology major with a minor in social justice studies and a concentration in conflict and resolution studies. Please welcome Shayla.
It is an absolute honor to stand before you and introduce Dr. Kilgore as this year's Outstanding Faculty Member. Speaking on behalf of the entire W&J community, I cannot think of someone who better encapsulates what it truly means to be amazing and outstanding. Unfortunately, I did not have the privilege of meeting Dr. Kilgore until my senior year, but nevertheless, his guidance and encouragement have been invaluable in my development, not only as a student and a professional, but as a human being. I would like to touch upon just a few of Dr. Kilgore's achievements, as the list of his accomplishments and honors is quite extensive. He is most proud of his role as the Vice President of the Ecological Research's Education Network, a national foundation that coordinates collaborative research projects between mainly undergraduate institutions across the nation. As Vice President, Dr. Kilgore has had numerous research publications, including groundbreaking findings in ecology that will guide the direction of subsequent research for years to come. However, this profound professional achievement is not the reason that he takes such pride in this position, but rather that it enables him to observe and develop projects that attempt to answer authentic questions across a variety of disciplines, samples, and environments. It is this commitment to exploring and indoctrinating discoveries within and related to his area of study that denotes his worthiness of this award. Dr. Kilgore also works within multiple academic departments of the college as a professor of biology, environmental studies, a course in interdisciplinary mathematics, and a sociology course that he has created to inform and engage students on the current conditions and immigration policies at the Sonoran border. Additionally, he has co-founded and implemented W&J's newest minor in social justice studies. This minor is a perfect example of what Dr. Kilgore represents to me and our entire community. It emphasizes the importance of interpreting and developing our understanding of the world through a multidisciplinary approach that encourages the ideals of global citizenship. His role as a mentor is supported by his continuous curiosity in advancing his own education through research, service, his peers, and exceptionally his students. His tenacious and enthusiastic commitment to upholding these ideals set the bar that I personally strive to meet every single day. In this short introduction, I cannot even begin to articulate the impact that Dr. Kilgore has had on myself and countless others. And with this, I extend my absolute gratitude and admiration to Dr. Kilgore as a recipient of this year's Outstanding Faculty Member of the Year Award. Please join me in congratulating this honor with a well-deserved round of applause.
Congratulations. Yesterday afternoon, our Board of Trustees took several actions recognizing members of our faculty for professional excellence and service to the college. I'm pleased to announce the following promotions. Dr. Rob Dunn and Dr. Jason Kilgore were promoted to the rank of full professor. Dr. Corey Christensen, Dr. Han Yi, Max Miller, and Dr. Susan Vodovichenko were granted tenure and promoted to associate professor, and Dr. Greg Hallenbach was promoted to associate professor. Please join me in congratulating them. Not many years ago, while visiting Lingnan University in Hong Kong, I had the privilege of meeting a remarkable undergraduate student who spoke with conviction and clarity about the erosion of basic freedoms and democracy in his homeland. I soon learned that he was also taking courageous action to address the issue. That student leader at a liberal arts college was Nathan Law, our guest speaker this morning. While still in college, Nathan rose to prominence as a key organizer of the pro-democracy umbrella movement, where hundreds of thousands of students and other citizens repeatedly took to the streets to bring the city to a standstill using umbrellas to deflect tear gas. He founded a political party that championed nonviolent civic action, and at the age of 23 was the youngest person ever elected to the Hong Kong Legislative Council, only to be removed later and jailed for his leadership role in the public demonstrations. Now living in exile in London, Nathan continues to advocate for freedom in Hong Kong and in other nations with repressive governments. He has testified before the United States Congress, was a speaker at the December 2021 White House Summit for Democracy. In 2020, Time magazine named him one of the 100 most influential people in the world, and its readers' poll ranked him #1 on the list. He was nominated in 2018 for the Nobel Peace Prize by US senators, representatives, and members of the British Parliament. The effectiveness of his leadership was recognized by the Wall Street Journal editorial board in a column with the headline, "Who's Afraid of Nathan Law? China." And CNN profiled him for their project, Frontlines for Freedom. Nathan's a role model who proves that youth is no barrier to those who feel called to change the world. In his new book, Freedom, How We Lose It and How We Fight Back, he writes, "Following your conscience is often about making a seemingly small decision not to be selfish with your time or refusing to look the other way. I was in my first year of university, but already had a feeling that society needed students who would speak up when they saw injustice and who dared to demand change." You can read more about Nathan in your program, but I am most proud to say that while He is known around the world as a leader respected by heads of state and international governing assemblies. We know him as a cherished friend of Washington and Jefferson College, who has twice contributed richly to our annual Symposium on Democracy. Friends, it's my honor to welcome Nathan Law back to W&J.
President Knapp, honorable guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, and anyone in between or not bound by it. Good morning, my name is Nathan Law. For those of you expecting Taylor Swift on the stage, I'm so sorry. This is not a New Year vibe. Unfortunately, yes, here I am. All kidding aside, I'm still making sense of why I'm delivering this speech. The one speech that marks the end of your studies here at Washington and Jefferson College. The typical commencement speaker is a government official, a cultural icon, an inspirational entrepreneur, a sophisticated intellectual, and the list goes on. Yet I'm nothing like them. I don't have the charm, nor the fame, nor the wealth. In fact, I'm just like most of you, a young person finding his way through this journey called life. If you were expecting a success story, then I would have to let you down. My life is full of struggles and failures, and that is essentially the life of an activist fighting against almost impossible odds. We pursue ideas that fundamentally challenge our society. We devote parts of our lives to collective goals that make our communities and the world a better place. But we rarely see immediate results. Most of the times, we find difficulties hard to swallow. For me, because of my fight for democracy in Hong Kong, I was arrested a few times. Back in 2016, I was elected as the youngest legislator in Hong Kong's history. Yet the Chinese government soon intervened to unseat me. I spent part of 2017 locked up in a prison cell, and since I left the city just before the sweeping national security law imposed by Beijing went into effect in 2020, I am now a wanted fugitive. I can never go back to Hong Kong, the city I love and call home, at least not until it's democratized. After I went into exile, given the Chinese government's long record of persecuting families of dissidents, I had to issue a statement severing ties with my family members in order to protect them. The goal of achieving democracy, freedom, and justice in Hong Kong, or even in China, is an ambitious dream, a destination that seems so far, far away, if it is ever reachable. As such, I know a lot about failure. I know even more about dealing with failure and growing stronger after defeat. I know about the feeling that it may take a long time, longer than we can ever imagine, to see hope, but nevertheless, continue to try. And I understand, perhaps, more than anyone else, that a person's value and self-worth are not always based on how the world commonly defines success. I don't have money, I don't have power. What I have is a criminal record that follows me around because of protest-related charges. I feel insecure all the time. But when I think what ultimately matters is that your heart, you know in your heart what you treasure, and you know what you are willing to sacrifice for. My life will be full if I realize the dream of democracy and freedom in Hong Kong. But my life is not empty without it, and I am always proud of the hurdles that I have overcome and what I've achieved along the way. The result does not define you as a person, process does. To live a meaningful life, I think, is to fight for what you believe in. And when you grow old with gray hair, or probably all of them are gone, you look in the mirror and you don't hate the person you see. There is no need for me to remind you here of the importance of perseverance and determination. You have all been through years of hard work to get to this spot. Today, you have earned your degree that you most definitely deserve. Congratulations. I am sure many people in your life, family, friends, professors, have told you that the future is bright, that the adventures that lie ahead of you will be exciting. I want to echo them. This is a big day for you. Now, I don't want to rob this moment of celebration from you. Neither do I want unrealistic. Every once in a while, things will not turn out the way you hope or expect. Most of our lives will inevitably comprise setbacks, and they may occupy a large part of your life. Please know that you will be fine. Precisely because life can offer you so much you can never expect, both for the better and worse. That's why you need to be prepared. I like to think of myself as a peer, a young person, like all of you. But in my 28 years of life so far, I have learned a few lessons that are crucial to becoming the person I am today and to reflecting honestly about myself. I hope you will allow me to share some of these with you. First, no matter how good a person you are or how excellent your performance is, there are always people who hate you. Your work is not going to please everyone. The path towards greatness always comes with challenging existing ideas and upsetting people who don't want change. If there are hostile people standing in front of you, it does not necessarily mean that you're wrong. It could be precisely because you're right. If you know what you're doing, keep doing it. A life without challenges is meaningless. You must be prepared for this and get ready to take the hit. You can be frustrated, disheartened, or distressed by it, but never feel hopeless and stop fighting. Develop a mechanism that shields you from criticism that aims at destroying you. You have to stick to your beliefs and keep going. Second, find passion in your life. Your passion is what saves you when you feel low. Find something you can dig into when you're down. Playing computer games, writing poems, gardening, something like this. Anything that does not help with your life goals or work, but means a lot to you. This is the escape and healing zone that you need when you are hurt, sad, or lost. You always need a safe space where you can pour your energy into while you don't have to compete or compare with anyone else. Third, you need to rebel. You need deviance because you are unique. You have your own ideas, faith, and things that matter to you. Sometimes you feel like you're a triangle trapped into a square box, and you need to yell. Rebellion is a way to express, to communicate, and to make the world a better place. But you should not rebel because you find it cool or just don't want to listen to others. You always rebel for ideas, for a collective future, something that is much bigger than yourself. It will push you to become a better person, to live a life with purpose. Rebel for love, the love for life, for your families, for your community, for your friends. Love is what supports us to go through turmoil and grow stronger in and out. Fourth, learn to identify and welcome constructive criticism, including from your most ferocious critics. Some criticism are there to destroy you. Some can help you grow. In adversities and defeats, find opportunities to learn and to grow stronger as a person. Learn lessons to be better prepared the next time. See each setback as a test for your commitment, each challenge as a test of character. Remain calm if you can, and if you feel you're losing control, try to seek out the time and space that will allow you for perspective. You also have to be committed. Don't give up because you are scared of failing, but learn to give up when you are brave enough to admit mistakes and amend errors. Fifth, go into the unknown, to explore, to risk, to unfold the unseen. The world is completely unpredictable. We are still going through an unprecedented global pandemic, a war in Europe initiated by a dictator. Even the shortage of baby formula is driven by polarized politics. Many of these are unimaginable, but they happen. What you have learned in the classroom does not necessarily equip you to predict or to be comfortable about the future. There are no model answers, no predestined paths ahead of you. Life always takes unexpected turns, and sometimes they're not necessarily bad. I grew up in a blue-collar family. My father was a builder, my mother was a cleaner. I learned to keep my head down and don't rock the boat. It was only after many unexpected turns in my life that shaped who I am, and having a life that is much more meaningful than I have ever expected. Only by accepting the possibility of failures, breathing in the bravery to adventure, understanding the vulnerability of our own status, and being ready to adapt, we can create our own paths. It may lead you somewhere you don't know or you are not familiar with, but it is a place that interests you and best responds to this ever-changing and unpredictable world. Let me end on a personal note. Before entering college, I actually missed a year because of my public exam results were not up to my expectations. I was upset at the time and felt like I failed and wasted a year of time. But it was actually because I postponed my enrollment to college that I happened to be in a position of student leadership in 2014 when the umbrella movement broke out. The massive protests marked a turning point when Hong Kongers stood up and resisted in the face of blatant lies from the Chinese government. I stepped into the limelight and became a student activist from that point on. As they say, the rest was history. Sometimes we feel like we are stuck in a bad spot. It is only in retrospect that we may realize it has been a gift all along. For me, to be able to even stand here on this stage today is extremely unlikely. Inviting a Hong Kong activist to campus is not easy and certainly not without cost, let alone awarding me an honorary doctoral degree. So I want to acknowledge, once again, the entire Washington Jefferson College community for your hospitality and friendship. Where we go from here is up to us. I know I will keep carrying on, and I hope you will too. Thank you for having me, and congratulations to the class of 2022.
Thank you, Nathan, not only for those inspiring words, but for the inspiring work that you do to promote human rights and democracy around the world. We're very privileged to have you with us today. On important occasions such as commencement, Washington and Jefferson's Board of Trustees often recognizes distinguished individuals whose lives and work exemplify the ideals of our mission. We do so by conferring the honorary doctorate. At this time, I ask the sponsor representing the Board of Trustees to present the candidate.
Mr. President, I present as candidate for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, Nathan Law.
Nathan Law, your advocacy for human rights and democracy has influenced leaders and institutions around the world. As an undergraduate student at Lingnan University, you were an organizer of a nonviolent movement that inspired millions to stand for freedom and democracy in Hong Kong. At the age of 23, you were the youngest person ever elected to the Hong Kong Legislative Council. You have raised global awareness of critical issues through your testimony before governmental assemblies, your presentations to influential audiences, and your numerous publications, including the book Freedom: How We Lose It and How We Fight Back. You have been recognized by Time as one of the 100 most influential people in the world, nominated by members of the United States Congress for the Nobel Peace Prize, and honored with the Magnitsky Human Rights Award. You have generously served our college by participating in our symposium on democracy and by addressing the graduates of our class of 2022. Therefore, it is with appreciation and admiration that the Board of Trustees of Washington and Jefferson College confers upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
By the authority invested in me by Washington and Jefferson College and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, in token of which I present this diploma and cause you to be invested with the hood appropriate to this degree.
And now we will proceed to the awarding of degrees in due course. First, just a brief process matter. We have a professional photographer on board capturing the moment, so parents, family, and friends, please sit back, relax, and enjoy the moment. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts please rise? Mr. President, I present to you the class of 2022. Class of 2022, the faculty marshals will be guiding you up to the stage. You will start on my right at the base of the stairs, where a photograph will be taken of you by the flags. You will then be guided up the stairs to cross the stage. Please walk slowly and enjoy the moment. You will shake hands with President and then receive your diploma. To begin, we recognize our undergraduate students with Latin honors. The following students are graduating with the distinction of summa cum laude. Isabel Scarlett Allen. Brighton A. Altenbach. Viti Bonsall. Nicholas Lawrence Belofsky. Valedictorian Victoria Noel Bolton. Lily Abigail Bonasso. Vincent Ronald Catania. Samuel Doby. Morgan M. Dieseroth. Milena Lee Dorman. Hannah S. Flick. Kylie Nicole Griswold. Daniel James Geisey. Catherine Virginia Hahn. Justin Matthew Heacock. Anna Elizabeth Higgins. Christine Kavork Horisian. Isabel Justine Kratz. Jaden D. Lawrence. Salutatorian Hannah K. Lindsay. Paris C. Lyons. Cecilia A. McClay. Valedictorian Jacqueline Elaine Manina. Adia Rochelle Mohammed. Haley Rachel Noodleman. Cameron Faith O'Connor. William Connor Pachkuski. Bianca L. Pate. Quinn Kupfer Pickering. Jesse J. Reardon. Jared M. Rice. Maria Clara Sherwood. Vikram Govind Singh. Samantha Mara Sonnet. Krista Sudar. Alexis Tyler Tomasini. Elizabeth A. Weimer. Jeffrey W. Wilkinson. Zoe Bernadette Zenkovich. Could we please have a round of applause for our summa cum laude graduates? The following students are graduating with the distinction of magna cum laude. Devin Alexander Black. Abigail Jolene Chasulo. Courtney Faith Crivelli. Carly Marie Croft. Thomas Einolf. Preston J. Evans. Tyler William Hines. Maya D. Krishnasamy. Alicia Kolka. Ashley Marie Kunkel. Cole Patrick Leathers. Second Lieutenant Samantha Ann Lenfesti. McKenna E. Lewis. Stephen A. Lai. Rosalina E. Medina. Thomas Neiswitz. Gabrielle Marie Pasternak. Gershon Singh Randava. Faith C. Remich. Star Marina Rosnick. Danny David Santia. Jeffrey Edwin Seabury, Jr. Lillian G. Scher. Carly Stelter. Silvio Arani. Adrian Martin Vera. Alexandra Ann Wagner. Nathan Glenn Walter. Joel Alexander Winters. And now please a round of applause for our magna cum laude graduates. The following students are graduating with the distinction of cum laude. Addie Christine Alderson. Ty William Badillion. Josie Elise Bentler. Taylor Nicole Brenner. Sydney Michelle Burry. Sarah Jane Byrne. Daniel Choi. Lainey Christie. Olivia Catherine DeWick. Brandon Tyler Isel. Rebecca Lee Guyan. Samantha Hope Gooch. Maya Michelle Hawk. Cassidy Higgins. Madeline Elizabeth Hubbard. Vanessa Ray Hyde. Stephen Charles Johns. Second Lieutenant William Jacob Kitch. Lindsay Jo Kozel. Jakara Lance. Michael Thomas Kamaniak. Brian R. Lopez. Ariana Mercedes Luciano. Naveen M. Mancy. Catherine Marie Martin. Natalie Ann Himes McBride. Alina R. McDaniel. Rosa Lynn Messersmith. Maria Deanna Minarchek. Story Pones. Kaylee B. Pratt. Lucas Matthew Puskarich. Hannah Kaylin Robart. Kyle Logan Rubenstein. Catherine May Ruffing. Summerlee Nicole Rasilko. Folakami Mercy Sampson. Michael Joseph Schaefer. Isabella Marie Schultes. Madison Louise Simpson. Delaney Florence Sullivan. Alex Nicole Timperio. Rebecca Valencia. Macy Joelle Ward. Jasmine N. Washington. Luke A. Webb. Owen Weldon. Madison T. Will. Let's now have a round of applause for our cum laude graduates. The following students are graduating with the distinction of Rite. Dina Abbasian. Julia R. Adams. Waynessa S. Adams. Okikiola Ayobalmi Ugbale. Brody Daniel Alloway. Joseph R. Ardinger. Hannah D. Beto. Tyler Joseph Baker. Ashley M. Barney. Brenna L. Beck. Hunter Becker. Jason P. Beer. Chandler Michael Bell. Evan Robert Beisel. John Bish. Kinsley Morgan Bitzer. Santina Rose Bolander. Anna Bouchard. Brianna Lynn Bray. Juan Sebastian Caputi. Tyler James Carrageen. Adriana Louise Catalano. Debbie Lee Ray Chappelle. Khadija Jean Michelle Charpentier. Marisa Charisse Clark. Jonathan M. Clifton. William Charles Conley. David Edward Cook. Megan Ann Marie Cottrell. Curtis Douglas Cower. Amaya N. Cox. Logan Richard Kreis. Kate Renee Shahosky. Jaden Datz. Jacob Lawrence Davenport. Abigail Ann DeBross. Thomas Robert Delahoy. Alexander Michael Delbenny. Derek Deniston. Alex J. Donahue. Emmanuel James Dovshek. Emery Parker Downey. Dominic Landon Emmerich. Patricia Lee Eschenbaugh. April M. Feeney. Seth T. Fairs. Joseph Christopher Fiola. Robert Michael Fleschauer, Jr. Annalise E. Friday. Ori Avni Gabaye. Damon Michael Gall. Pinar Turkan Garbiolu. Grace Elizabeth Ann Gijic. April C. Giles. Elijah Robert Gooseby. James Gunn. William Gunn. Jordan Cameron Halford. Garrett Andrew Hampton. Naomi Sarah Hanna. Michael John Hess. Colin Higginbotham. Mayla Lynn Hobson. Andrew John Ivory. Taylor Lee Johnson. Alexander David Keith. Angel Marie Kinsvogel. Madeline Page Kisner. Keith L. Noel. Robert P. Koch. Daniel D. Kolsky. Ashley Grace Koval. Dean Henry Kralik. Sarah Elizabeth Labby. Megan Nicole Lazration. Donald William Levers. Karen Marie McCloskey. Courtney Marie McIntyre. Blake Michael Allen Melchert. Clark Elliott Miller. Samuel Wyatt Miller. Zachary Alexander Mindell. Andrew Willis Mullen. Teague James Nicolella. Delonta M. Nunali. Riley Fitzpatrick O'Corn. Anya Rebecca Popey. Sarah E. Radcliffe. Kimber Beth Randolph. Mackenzie T. Raymond. Mariana Reyes. Elijah Logan Robinson. Hannah Irene Robinson. Jessica Rodriguez. Logan C. Russell. Tyler Sabo. Sharif Rashid Salvi. Jacob Mark Sarver. Piper Scary. Morgan Jeffrey Schult. Macy A. Schober. Ryan Thomas Sieber. Marcus Joseph Cienko. Mario Robert Cienko. Alexander Scouron. Allison Page Smith. Samuel Joseph Snyder. Kevin Bruce Sorgel. Christine A. Sonnenberg. Cameron Michael Spicer. Seth Tracy Spinnenweber. Sharon Steve. Gabrielle Elise Stewart. David Alexander Strain. Tiana Swirsky. Ariana N. Taylor. Samantha Roberta Terrell. Arabella Thompson. Eric Delano Thompson. Tamara B. Toppin. Nicole H. Van Heis. Kyle Kennedy Vera. Alexander Francesco Vlahos. Kirsten Lee Walder. Caitlin Walzer. Shayla Renee Watkins. Michael Weaver. Cecilia Weiss. Drew Colby Williams. Maxwell Worth. Taylor Louise Wolf. Jory D. Wolf. Jonathan Michael Yaus. Hugh Martin Zimmerman. Allison Page Zornak. Let's now have a round of applause for the class of 2022. Now I would ask the class of 2022 to please stand once again for the conferring of degrees.
By the authority vested in me by Washington and Jefferson College and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Arts in course with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations. You may be seated. Graduates, let me again commend you and express my confidence that you are fully prepared to serve a world where W&J's values of uncommon integrity and responsible citizenship have never been more needed. Yours has not been an easy journey, yet you have learned that you possess the grit and resilience to adapt to new challenges wherever they may arise. When sometime in the future you find yourself facing adversity, as we all inevitably must, you will know that no obstacle is too great for you to overcome, for you belong to the Washington and Jefferson College class of 2022. Now, as you go your separate ways, remember that wherever life may take you, there will always be a special place nestled in the hills of southwestern Pennsylvania, a place you can call your home and where we will be cheering you on. Come home often. Keep us informed of your progress. And above all, know that our motto is forever true, Juncta Juvent, together we thrive. Okay. Now, following the ceremony, I invite all faculty, staff, and students and their families to join us on the lawn outside of Old Main in McMillan Hall for a traditional 1781 afternoon tea and an opportunity to share one last thank you and goodbye. In a moment, the class of 2022 will recess from this building together. They will go to Old Main to cross the college seal, just as they did when they matriculated as freshmen. This tradition of crossing the seal bookends their time here at the college. Before entering Old Main, the class will pause to hear the bell atop the tower toll 3 times in honor of our founders, John McMillan, Thaddeus Dodd, and Jonathan Edwards, Presbyterian ministers. Dean Eva will present each graduate with a small red and black knot as a reminder that our alumni are forever tied to their alma mater and to one another. And each of you will receive a signed copy of Nathan Law's book. Families and friends, when it's your time to exit this building, you may leave either through the front doors where you entered or through the exit at the back. I ask you to allow the class of 2022 to exit first and proceed to Old Main as a group, and then you may meet them there at the reception. I now ask everyone to please stand if you are able as we conclude with the alma mater, the benediction, and the closing by the faculty marshal. Afterwards, you may be seated unless you're a part of the formal recessional.
And now receive the benediction. To the graduating class of 2022, as you celebrate finishing a chapter in your own history, may you continue to strive towards excellence in all that you do. As the speeches conclude, may your voices rise up to pronounce justice and peace in the world. As the fanfare cease, may you sing songs of joy even in the dark and lonely places. As the applause quiets, may you celebrate and lift up those around you. As this institution has prepared you to contribute substantially to the world in which you live, may you continue to grow and may you continue to cause growth in your communities. As you have reached this milestone in your journey, may you find comfort from this community's continued embrace and support as you journey through life together. May your days be filled with curiosity and great adventure, and may you discover the incomparable joy of living lives of uncommon integrity that bring honor and glory to God. And may we all know the overwhelming blessings, the joy, and the peace of the one who makes all things new. Amen.
This concludes the 223rd commencement exercises of Washington and Jefferson College. Thank you.